What is up, Nerf Nation? I'm Naptown Nerf, and today we have an unboxing and review of the Nerf Halo MA40. Alright, you guys, so I've been eagerly awaiting the release of this new Nerf Halo line since I first saw it back early this year. This is pretty exciting stuff that Nerf now has the license for Halo, which means they can replicate all kinds of really cool blasters. And if this is any indication, I think this line is going to be pretty sweet. So the first release is the MA40, a pretty awesome blaster. It looks like this is definitely electronic powered. We will find out if it's semi or full auto. I'm guessing it's semi-auto, which will be slightly disappointing considering this is a full auto blaster, obviously, in the game. There's a few other things I've noticed on this box. It does say Halo Infinite. There's some game add-ons, so you might get some codes in here from what I've read on the side of the box to allow you to help you in the game or something like that. Not exactly sure because I'm not a big gamer. I don't play Halo anymore. But this blaster looks pretty sweet, so I had to pick one up to review for you guys because Nerf blasting is something I know about. So let's check out the back of the box real quick. Alright, so one thing that's pretty interesting on the back of the box is this mangler right here, which is a new offering that I have not seen before. Pretty darn sweet looking. May have a foam blade. That would be pretty cool. But does look like it shoots elite darts, so should continue in the same theme with the elite darts. It shouldn't be anything different, and from what I can tell, that's just what, from the render, that's what it looks like. But we'll just have to wait and find out. Not sure when that's going to be released, but should be pretty exciting. And make sure you're subscribed because I will be picking one of those up and reviewing it for you. So ring that bell for notifications so you're alerted to when that comes out and when I post a video. Let's crack this thing open. Alright, you guys, so in the box you obviously get your MA40, you get a 10-round magazine that looks pretty darn awesome. You get your ammo counter with a rail riser, so that's pretty cool. And some darts in a very different kind of bag, which is a little strange. And then there's an orange piece in here. So those are your green with white tip darts. Pretty interesting looking, but standard elite darts. And then this orange piece, which looks like some sort of trigger or release, which I'm guessing is something that slides in the side here or something, but I will find out that soon enough. You obviously get some instructions, and you get this Halo Infinite card that advertises the game, obviously, and then I believe you get some codes on the back if you put in that number code or something for your game. So that's pretty cool. So I have my blaster all set up there, got my magazine loaded, went ahead and slid my ammo counter on, but this is not a functioning ammo counter, but I'm sure my friend Nathaniel Deal may have an answer for that at some point. So we'll look forward to that, but yeah, that would be pretty cool to get rid of this and put an actual ammo counter on there. That would be awesome. But nevertheless, blaster looks really cool. Mag release is very interesting. It's back here. It's on both sides, but you have to push that in somehow and then pull out your magazine, which may be a little cumbersome. We'll have to figure that out, the best way to do that. Nevertheless, this magazine I think is really cool. I'm glad they shaped it differently, but this should still work with your normal in-strike magazines. We will test that out. I'm not sure it's going to work with drum mags, just the way this is shaped, but should work with stick mags, hopefully. So we will try some of those in a second. But obviously you have your rev trigger down here. This will be what you pull to rev up your flywheels, and then you'll pull your main trigger to fire. This does not do anything. This is just for show. And looking inside, I could tell that it is a very similar to a Raven, probably identical internals to a Raven, which is semi-auto. So it is one trigger pull to fire one dart, not full auto. So a little disappointing there, but There is some room up here in the jam door. Who knows, I'm sure some people will find a way. The Ravens have been made full auto, so this could obviously be made full auto. Not as much room in the back behind the magazine well as the Raven though, so could be maybe a little tricky, at least at first sight. That's what it seems. Your orange piece that came in with your darts will slot in right here, but it will not be functional. Obviously, it's just for show. I'm sure it goes in there just like that. So that's something you could not put in if you don't want to, because functionally that's probably going to get in the way and caught on some things, but nevertheless it does kind of complete the look, I guess, so that's pretty cool. The blaster is pretty good size, very comfortable. The stock is a little short, but not too bad for something that's bullpup. I don't think it's bad at all. Reminds me a lot of the Raven, just with a much longer barrel. We do have, obviously, a rail, an in-strike rail that this is sliding onto, so you could take that off and put something else on there if you so choose, but I'm not sure why you would want to change this out unless you're putting an actual ammo counter on there. There's no in-strike nub. This muzzle is attached and permanent. So we have a spot right here. We'll have to unscrew those 3 screws, and that will allow us to insert our batteries, and this does take 4 C batteries. So cool that it takes C batteries, I think. That should give us more space for a LiPo, but we will find out that soon enough. I will go ahead and undo that in a second. But pretty much all the other features on this blaster are just not functioning parts. They're all they just replicate the blaster. They don't actually do anything. Even these orange pieces, they don't do anything. Just the mag release here, obviously the rev trigger and the fire trigger, and that's about it. So everything else is just for show. So let's go ahead, grab some C batteries, insert them into here, see what this baby's got. So the batteries are locked in, darts are loaded up. So let's go ahead and fire this baby off and see what it's got. To be honest, that wasn't too bad, considering the fact that the flywheel cage is back here and you have all that faux barrel to go through. So I'm hopeful that we actually might get pretty decent, standard elite performance, obviously. But that would be better than I would expect out of something with that much faux barrel, but we'll go outside and see what we can get. All right, you guys, I must say this blaster looks awesome, but let's see if the performance equals the look of this thing. Hopefully it gets decent performance. I'm guessing it's pretty close to the elite standard, but we will see. That is a lot of faux barrel, obviously, that has to go through, but man, this thing looks good. Let's go ahead and see what we get. And by the way, I went ahead and put in white modulus elite darts, same exact dart as what you get in the package, just different color, just so you guys could see it a little bit better and definitely see it better on the green grass. So here we go. 92? Don't know if that was right. 59, 68, 62, error, we are losing the sun, so readings may be a little sporadic. 67, 65, error, now reading, and we're out. So I would say mid 60s was probably about where we're at here, which is to be expected, a little less than elite performance given that long barrel it has to go through, but go ahead and see what some Habitual Force Waffle does. 69, 56, 69, error, 67, 68, 70, duplicate 70, 63, 73. All right, let's go ahead and check out those ranges. Those were actually a little bit better performing because they fly straighter and don't hit the barrel as much. So something to note there. All right, we do have one short one here, 29 feet. 32 feet. And then we have a few here between 34 and 35 feet. A couple more up here, a little short of 36 and a little short of 37, along with a few over here that are around 37. These a little bit short of 39. That one's probably right on 39. And then we have a few more, a little past 40, just under and over 42, and one just short of 44. So, you know, pretty darn good performance given the fact that we have that long barrel again that we have to go through. Pretty standard elite performance, nothing to write home about obviously, but nothing absolutely horrendous. And I think there's a lot of potential in that blaster, so I'm pretty excited about that. So let's go back inside and I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, guys, so the Halo MA40 is obviously pretty much what we expected. Unfortunately, it is not full auto. It is semi-auto. It does function very similarly to the Raven with that kind of clunky trigger pull, but honestly, I didn't mind that at all. I felt like it was smoother, at least than the original Raven. So, felt pretty good to me. Honestly, I didn't really mind the trigger pull at all. So for a semi-auto blaster, I think this functions pretty darn well in that fashion. The biggest issue I had with it, honestly, is the mag release. It's very awkward to get to. It looks really cool. It is very much screen accurate from what I can tell, but getting to this is very difficult. So if you're trying to use this practically, I would hope that someone maybe create some sort of lever back here that you can get to that way. Well, I guess it was already released there a little bit. But yeah, it's very difficult to push this in and then pull out the magazine at the same time. I think it's nice that this actually uses C batteries. Hopefully there's enough room in that battery tray for some sort of LiPo to fit. May be difficult without some shell modifications to get into some other parts of the shell or putting the LiPo somewhere else, which there probably is a lot of dead space in here, so I don't think that's going to be too big of an issue. But to fit some other flywheel cages, because I'm sure there'll be many afterburner mods to this, because that just makes sense with something with a barrel length that long. But lots of potential here. It doesn't look like it's solid and well done. It looks like there's lots of screw ports, so it should be able to open up pretty easily, so that's good. Stock is fairly comfortable. I mean, given that this is a replica, I think they did a nice job with that. Has some texturing a little bit there, so it's not going to slip off too easily. So that's nice. The cheek rest is pretty cool, especially given the fact that it's also your jam door. I think that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm sure that you could pretty easily put some sort of pusher mechanism under there if you so choose. Yeah, I wish this thing would have been more like a regulator. I think that would have been pretty sweet for this. But honestly, I don't mind it being semi-auto. I like semi-auto too. So given the price point, it was pretty clear that it was probably going to be semi-auto. So if you want it full auto, there's going to be options. There's moddable options that you could probably do to this thing and make it that way. If not yourself, there will probably be kits soon enough. So pretty awesome blaster. I'm hoping for an ammo counter, Nathaniel. Yeah, if you decide to make one of those, send one my way. I'll gladly do a review for it because I think that would be awesome. It's just not so much fun when you don't have a legit ammo counter. And it would be pretty easy, I think, to do one for this. So that'd be pretty sweet. Also, now, people wanting to know what magazines is this compatible with. Well, Worker 22, that bad boy works just fine. Obviously the P-Mag worked. Just a standard 18 round mag. Works beautifully. Drum mags, well, not so much. This piece right here gets in the way. So yeah, that's not gonna happen. And my favorite drum mag, the 18 rounder from back in the day, no go there either. So stick mags, yes. Drum mags, no. Other than that, I think I've covered pretty much everything. I mean, it would have been nice to see some more functional things on this blaster, but that's what I love about the modding community. They'll be able to change some things. I'm sure the cosplay community will also do some awesome stuff to this blaster. I mean, I think it's perfect for that. So pretty excited about this release. Pretty excited to see what else comes out. And I think this is an awesome collaboration. Be sure you smash that like button because I will be picking up more, at least the awesome full primary blasters in the Halo line. The micro-shot ones, probably will pass on most of those. They do look kind of cool, but just not super functional. definitely excited about what is to come in this line. So smash that like button. Please subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. Wear your mask. Be kind to one another. And as always, peace out.